Vehicle Spec family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2026 Acura MDX A-Spec in liquid carbon metallic with the red interior. Above the A-Spec you have the advanced package, you have the A-Spec advanced package and the fully loaded Type S with more horsepower, of course. Below the A-Spec you have the technology package and the base MDX. Going up to the A-Spec package, you will have everything blacked out on the exterior. So on the lower portion of the bumper here, you can see it is gloss black. Comparing the front bumper to the technology package, the A-Spec do get a more sportier appearance. For an example, here's the technology package, and you can see there's more chrome going around on the exterior, and you have a different style front bumper as well, and no fog lights. On the front of the A-Spec, you have the gloss black grille. You have a huge Acura emblem that also houses your radar for your Acura watch safety features as well. You do have full LED headlamps, so you have the signature chicane style daytime running lights that is LED, and you have the signature jeweled LED on high beam and low beam, and you have LED turn signals, and you get LED fog lights on the A-Spec. Just now I showed you a technology package where you don't get the fog lights, and they're jeweled LEDs as well, 4 individual jewels, which is really nice. The MDX remain having that sporty, aggressive front end. Same thing on the side profile as well. You can see you have that roadster type style with the long hood and not too curvier body. Now you get standard 20s on the A-Spec, and these are shark gray finished with the black lug nuts. Acura used many different sharks. After they researched many different sharks to get this gray color. Wrapped around the shark gray wheels, these are 255/50 tires. And above this piece right here, the clouding, it is flat black, and it does wrap around your MDX, but it's not too tall, it's not too low either. You have a fender badge here that says A-Spec that lets you know you don't got a regular MDX. You don't get the most performance one, the sporty one, but you got a sporty one. You can get this blacked out through your dealership as an option. You have gloss black mirror caps, the lower portion and upper portion. You have the LED turn signals integrated into the side mirrors, and usually on the technology package, this whole piece right here would have been chrome. It's blacked out because of the A-Spec package. Now, this model does have tint on there. From factory, you do get rear tint, but from the front, you technically have tints, but they're not privacy. So for example, there's an A-Spec right over here. That's how your tints will look from factory, and you can just match it, the rears to the front, like this one. On the lower portion of the doors, you get gloss black treatment here for the A-Spec. You do have body colored door handles, and wrapped around your windows, it is gloss black. The pillars is also gloss black, and the rear pillar is also gloss black. So if you want a more stealthy, sporty appearance and you don't want to spend too much money, A-Spec is definitely the package to go with. Taking a look at the rear of the A-Spec MDX, you can see you still have a shark fin style antenna. It is body colored. You do have a window spoiler that's half body colored, half gloss black. You do have an LED third brake light, exposed windshield wiper, your Acura emblem in chrome. You can get this blacked out through your dealership. You do have full LED tail lights, so LED brake lights, turn signals, and reverse lights, and your license plate bulbs are also LED. A-Spec badging, give you a reminder, I got a sporty one, you don't. That can be blacked out. MDX can be blacked out, and super handling all-wheel drive can also be blacked out, and that's standard on the A-Spec. So on the technology package, you can get a two-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive, the super handling all-wheel drive. On the A-Spec, it'll be standard super handling all-wheel drive. On the lower portion of the bumper, I forgot to mention, in the front bumper, you do have sensors in the front bumper. The rear also have sensors, flat black on the lower portion of the bumper, and you do get the rectangle tips on the A-Spec. Technology also get rectangle tips, but if you go up to the Type S, you do get the quad oval tips, which give it an even more sportier appearance. You have more of that gloss black on this lower portion right here, kind of break up some of this liquid carbon. You do have a backup camera with a washer on the camera. Before we jump into the MDX A-Spec, here is the key for it. So you have remote start, lock, hold. You do have a power tailgate, so you can open and close the tailgate from here. Panic button, and you do have a key blade in the key fob. So you push this button and pull out, you can get the key fob. Now, for I think starting in 2025, the A-Spec get remote start standard, because previously you had to get a advanced package and up to get remote start on the key fob. You also have remote start on Acura Link, which is a 3-year subscription that's free on all of the MDXs. You can remote start from your phone. So from the key fob, you lock it and you hold engine hold, and you keep holding it till you see a green light on your key fob. I'm out here so I can hear it. You can let go and it will turn green. You can barely see it, let you know your MDX is running. It will stay on for about 10 minutes, and the interior will go up to about 72 degrees. If it's real hot outside, it will turn on your ventilated seats, because you do have ventilated seats on the A-Spec. And if it's cold outside, it will turn on the heated seats and defrost your windows as well. If you no longer need the remote start, you hold engine hold, shuts right off. Also on the smart key, you do have memory seats. You have key linkage built into both of the key fobs. So the second key fob will have number 2, and this is number 1. You can save your seat position and your mirrors settings to your key fob. So if you walk up to your MDX and unlock it, it will automatically know how you last saved it. Now, you do have smart entry on all 4 door handles on the A-Spec. I believe that's standard on technology and up as well. So you can either tap these 3 lines right here to lock the door. It's already locked. Put your hand in there to unlock it, and you do have power folding mirrors as well. So let's take a look at the red interior of the A-Spec. This is a very popular color combination, the liquid carbon with the red, and you can see it's not full red. You have some black to kind of break it up a little bit. But before we jump in there, let's take a look at the door card. So you do have soft touch up here. You do have your ambient lighting switch in here. This material is unique to the A-Spec. It's like a Y pattern. It's textured. You have soft touch here, soft touch there, black stitching, soft touch where you rest your elbow, single stitch there, auto up down for all 4 windows, power locks, power mirrors, 3 position memory seats. So you can save key 1, key 2, and then an extra driver, which is nice. Set, of course, that's how you set it. You get this aluminum wrapped kind of looking door handle. Looks very more premium. Now, to fold in the mirrors, you have a dedicated button there, which is nice. And you do have your speaker grill here for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. It's a 19 speaker premium sound system, and I believe the MDX went to the B&O system starting in 25. You have a speaker grill down here. Open and close the trunk there. Bottle, I'm about to say a bottle opener. Bottle storage there. I can't get the word out of my mouth, but you have more storage there. And let's take a look at the seating on the MDX. Now, both driver and passenger will get a 12-way power adjustment. If you need the additional 16 power adjustment, that will be advanced and up. So you have a 4-way lumbar. You have forward and back for the whole seat. You can move the whole seat forward and back. You can go up and down, and you can tilt this portion right here up and down. On the passenger side, it will mimic the driver's side, so you also get a 12-way, which is nice. So up and down, forward and back. You can tilt this portion up and down, forward and back, and a 4-way lumbar. And on the passenger door, you also get the 3 position memory seats. Let's jump into the MDX. I'm gonna actually turn this guy on because it is a hot and humid there. I feel like I'm always talking about that in every video, but yeah, it is super hot today. Let me see, the car says it's 103 degrees. I love that for myself. I got the MDX running. Let's close this door up. First thing you're gonna notice is this leather wrap perforated steering wheel that is flat bottom. That's one thing you don't get over the technology package, and I don't think it's perforated on the technology package either. A-Spec stands right there in the lower portion. You do have some silver piece here, kind of matches the door handle, and some piano black in the middle. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have a power button, you have volume, you have next track, previous, and you have a scroll wheel that will control the left side of the pod over there. You do have voice command, a back key, and a menu key. On the right side, you do have your cruise on and off, resume set, your lane keeping assist on and off, your distance for your adaptive cruise control, cancel, and you also have a scroll wheel for the settings on the right pod. Now on the left side of the steering wheel here, we do have an air vent. We have your parking sensors on and off. You have your traction control on and off. You have a shortcut here to your safety features. So it'll go directly to there, but we'll look at that in a second. You have your interior dimmer switch, which is nice. It's not in a setting. You do have your parking sensors. And actually, let me open the door so you guys can see the nice sport pedals you get in the A-Spec. So you get the sport gas brake and even dead pedal to match, which is nice. To pop the hood, it's a lever down there. Is it a lever? Not a lever, but like, I guess you call it a lever. Now the steering wheel is power adjustment, so you can go up, down, you go out, you can go in. It's power adjustment, and when you save your memory seats, it will also save your steering wheel as well, which is a nice touch. Behind the steering wheel, you have a plus and you have a minus, because the MDX does have a 10-speed automatic transmission that's matted to a 3.5 V6. If you're familiar with the 25, it's the same powertrain for 2026. Now you have some lighting stalks back here, and you have off, you have auto, parking, and on, and you have your fog light switch here, on and off. You do have high beam assist included, and on the right side here you have off, auto, low and high. You do get rain sensing windshield wipers onto median and on for the rear wiper behind you. So on the left side of the steering wheel, for this scroll wheel here, you can scroll and quickly change between AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa. You can customize the display, so you have menu content there, view what you want to view on that list. And if we go back, you have audio and clock that you can turn on and off if you don't want it to be viewed in your tachometer on this side, so you can see the audio and time right there. On the right scroll wheel, this is where you can show more information. So you do have, let me zoom in for you guys, you do have your settings here, so you can change your speed, distance, and units, so you can switch from miles per hour to kilometers, which is nice. You have gauge layout, so you go from advanced, which this one is, where your speedometer and your tachometer is kind of curved, it's on the sides. If you go to crafted, it's like your traditional gauges that you're used to in vehicles. We're gonna go ahead and leave this guy in advanced. You do have your trip computer, trip A, trip B, and range, and you do have Google Maps. Now, I do have to set this up so you can view it, so let me go here real fast just to set that guy up. All right, went ahead and turn that guy on, so now you can see you have Google Maps right there in the pod. If you have a destination set, it'll give you turn by turn directions right there in the menu, which is nice. Oil life, I don't know why I said it like that. Your super handling all-wheel drive torque distribution, your G meter. You have a driver attention level, who have their seatbelts on, blank, and safety support. So here you can show your road departure mitigation on and off, blind spot information on and off, low speed braking control, your collision mitigation, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it on maps because I think it looks cool having that maps right there. So speaking of maps, you guys saw me messing with the touchscreen display here. So I believe this is a 12.3 inch touchscreen display for 2025. Acura introduced a touchscreen display, no more of the Acura True Touch, so the touchpad is gone. So pretty much you can hit home, and the screen is up more further because now it's a touchscreen now versus it wasn't before. So you have Google Maps built in, and it is part of Google built in. That's standard on, I think, every MDX. Yeah, even the base will have Google built in. It is subscription based, so you get it free for 3 years, and after that you can pay for it, but it looks exactly how it'll look on your computer, which is a nice setup. I'm about to hit home. You do have phone, FM radio. You do have the Play Store because you have Google built in. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is wireless on every trim level, which is nice. Alexa built in. You have Google Assistant, so you can say things like, "Hey Google, tell me a joke."
Which animal is the least trustworthy? Cheetahs.
So that's the first time I heard that joke. I always asked Google for a joke, and usually the same joke over and over. And with Google Assistant, it's integrated in your MDX, so you can tell Google to change different settings or do different commands among your MDX. So back here we have vehicle settings, general settings, profile settings. You can have multiple different drivers save their profiles here in your MDX. So I'm under owner right now. You can change and put your name on there if you want to. You have ambient lighting, and right now it's set to change with dynamic mode. So if you change your dynamic mode, it'll adjust based on the mode that you're set. So comfort is one mode, which is blue, normal is white, and sport is red. But if you go beyond sport, you can choose many different light or dynamic modes, light themes, ambient lighting themes, and they're based off real world settings. I cannot speak today, but for example, let me choose one. You see how Bourbon Street is orange on the top and purple at the bottom. So your doors will be orange on the top, and then your footwells will be purple at the bottom. So it's nice that Acura still give you ambient lighting and give you plenty of different colors to choose from, and not just red, white, and blue. I'm gonna leave it on dynamic mode. And if we go back here, you have Bluetooth audio standard, trip computer, USB, AM tucked away back here, system updates, built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. You do have cabin talk, so you can turn that on, and then if you're driving, your kids in the back seat, you don't have to scream at your kids. Well, you don't have to turn around and scream at your kids. You can scream at your kids and keep your eyes straight on the road. So you can be like, no, we're not getting no McDonald's today. So I don't know if you guys can hear me on a microphone, but my voice is being played through the third row speakers and the second row speakers right now. It is a cool feature to have, especially if you're gonna have a full house in here and the kids are just not paying attention. You can have a clock. You can have Acura Link. Acura Link is what I mentioned earlier, where you can have your remote start built in on your phone. You can lock your MDX on your phone. You can unlock it from your phone. You can check your gas mileage. You can check your range to your tank, your oil life, tire pressure. If the door is open, a lot of information you can access on your phone, but it is subscription based too, and Acura gives you 3 years free of that as well. So you have a compass, display mode, all apps. So there's no physical buttons on the screen here. So the left side over here, or shortcuts, you have the home, back key, and you have Google Assistant, Google Maps, but you can adjust what apps views below back there. You can add another one there. You still get a helper screen like previously. So this will view what music you're listening to, compass, and it's a third one. Oh, and your range for your drive as well. If you're using Apple CarPlay Android Auto, it will take up the whole screen, and you can make it shorter where you still have the helper screen right there. It's been a long day today, so if I'm messing up my words, I'm over here tired, but I'm doing this for you guys. Now, below the touchscreen display, you do have your air vents going across. I'm not a big fan of piano black, but you do got mostly right here in the center console of your MDX. You have your engine start button there. You have your hazards right here in the middle. You do get a tri-zone climate control, so driver, your passenger, and who sits in the second, third row can have 3 different temperatures, which is nice. You can adjust the driver's temperature here, or if you hit rear settings, you adjust the rear passengers there. So for example, I can have a 61 back there. This person could be on low with me, and I can be on low as well. You have on and off, auto on and off, sync on and off mode, your fan speed. You have your AC on and off, rear settings, rear lock, because you can lock the climate controls in the rear, which we're going to look at that in a second. You have front defrost, heated side mirrors and back glass, and air circulation. Now, one thing that the A-Spec will add over the technology package is ventilating front seats. So you can see here you have high, medium, and low. It'll suck the moisture off your bottom and your back. And you have heated bottom seats only, high, medium, and low, and you can set it to auto if you wanted to. For the passenger side, same thing, ventilating and heated and auto. For the dynamic mode, this will change up your overall drive of your MDX. So you have sport, you have normal, you have comfort, and you have snow mode. And if you hit individual, well, if you push this, it brings it to individual, and if you hold it, you're able to customize your individual mode. So you can have your engine, comfort, normal, sport, steering, idle stop, the gauge, and even the ambient lighting. So when you change your different drive modes, it does change your cluster here too. So that's normal, and then you see that's comfort, back to snow, and then you have sport. And sport changes up a little bit where it gives you the tachometer up top and a power monitor on the left side instead of having the tachometer on the left side. So I'm gonna leave this guy in normal for now. Below your dynamic mode, you do have your engine idle stop defeat button there. You have your brake hold button there. See, this is not why I'm a big fan of piano black. Keep a microfiber in your MDX that we can swipe this whenever you need to. You do have charging here, so USB-C, USB-A. This is not for wired Apple CarPlay or wired to Android Auto. You have to plug it into the armrest, which I'll show you guys that in a second. You do have your shifter here, so park, reverse, neutral, drive. If you hit drive again, it'll put the transmission into a sport mode. So you can turn for sport mode and then put your transmission in sport mode for a very spirited drive. Reverse is the only button where you have to pull back this way. You're not pushing down, just in case you're switching gears without looking. Acura want to make sure you know which one you're pushing. So brake in, pull it back, reverse. You do have a rear camera here, and it is Acura's multi-link backup camera. So you have a wide angle, you have standard, you have top down, you have cross traffic and brightness, and a radar around your MDX. If you want the full surround view camera, you have to go up to an advanced and up. So advanced, A-Spec advanced, and type S will give you the surround view camera instead of the multi-angle backup camera. Now, because the touchpad is gone, Acura has completely redesigned the center console. So you have a volume knob, next track, previous, new storage here. You have a wide wireless pad here instead of the little wrist pad, and you have to put your phone underneath it. You have the big cup holders here, and you do have soft touch armrest, black stitched, and it is a 2-tier system, this guy. And you can access this portion right here where storage, maybe put a pen in there, some cards, and then you grab this guy to open it the whole way. You do get a mat down there. You have 2 USB-C ports. The left USB-C is for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but wired. The right one is only for charging, and no power outlet is in there. probably wondering, where is the power outlet? The power outlet is actually tucked right over here. So you can see this guy right here. I always forget to show that in some of my MDX videos. So at MDX, so Acura hid the power outlet over there. I was gonna say MDX hid the power outlet over there. Over here in red, we have a lockable glove box, and it is damped and lined with felt, so whatever you put in there won't get scratched up. That is nice. Up above your touchscreen display, you do have an auto dimming rearview mirror with HomeLink built in, so you can save your garage or a gate or wherever you want, and it can dim for you automatically. The A-Spec will give you a black headliner because the technology in advance, I believe, give you like a beige-ish color, and you do have LED lighting throughout the cabin as well, so individual map lights, or you can have the lights turn on when the door opens, or you can just turn on all the lights if you want. And you do have SOS emergency. Flip that guy open, push the button, speak to an operator. You do have your moonroof controls and your shade controls, because you do have a panoramic moonroof standard on every MDX, and it's not just a fixed glass. You can open this front portion right here. So the left one will open everything up, and it stops this way. If you pull it back again, let you open up a lot more. The back portion will be fixed glass. Let's go ahead and push it straight up so you can see how it ventilates as well. So it'll open that much if you need to crack a little air, you know, somebody pass gas in here, something like that. Steaks, you need to air it out, you can. I think I'm just gonna leave this guy open so you guys can see the light in here. Before we jump into the second row, let's take a look at the driver's seat, because I didn't really get to show you guys full detail. So this is a Milano premium leather that's standard in the A-Spec, and you do have the micro suede in the middle, and the micro suede is perforated and the leather is perforated as well. You do have the contrast stitching and piping, and I think it's a nice balance between the red and the black. Now the headrests also move up and down, and if you push the button right here, it moves forward and back as well. Let's take a look at the second row. Usually I'll show you how wide the door open, but I'm kind of sandwiched between this other MDX over here. On the door card, it is soft touch, not as soft as the driver, but it's soft. You do have your peasant blockers as well. You do have soft touch here, single stitching where you rest your elbow. It's soft, but not as soft as the driver. You do have more of the Y mesh spoke here, ambient lighting strip built in there, speaker grill for the B&O sound system, and you have another grill for the B&O sound system. You have a cup holder, storage. That's pretty much it for the door. Now the second row mimics the driver's design. Now it's not as bolstered as the driver and passenger, but you still have the Ultrasuede in the middle, and it is perforated on the Ultrasuede. It's just not perforated on the Milano leather. And you can see you have the middle seat there. And remember, on every MDX, this middle seat right here is removable, so you can turn your second row into a captain's second row if you wanted to. The only problem you're gonna run into is you won't have armrests when you remove the middle row. The second row also moves forward and back. You have the bar here. Let's jump back here. I know there's a lot of cars in the background, so let's go ahead and close the door up. Behind the driver, you do have a mat pocket. You also have one behind the passenger, and you do have your climate control back here. And remember, I told you guys you can lock it from up front. That way your kiddos don't mess with the buttons, or feet accidentally hit the buttons, or you just don't want them changing the climate control. You can change it from back here. You do have your temperature buttons on the left side. Of course, you have your display there, fan speed. You do have auto mode and on and off for the climate control back here, the air vents, 2 USB-C ports, and a power outlet, and there's a 12 volt as well. If you want heated second row, you have to go up to the advanced package. The A-Spec won't give you heated back here. It is a nice place to be though. You do have your handles up here. You do have a dry cleaner's hook there too. Part of the B&O sound system, speakers in the ceiling. You do have LED lighting throughout. I do have the panoramic moonroof closed, but it will come open all the way back here. You pull this tab right here, and it will fold down this middle seat here. And this is your armrest technically, but if you, like I said, if you remove it, then you won't have an armrest at all, because there's no armrest built in onto these seats. But you do have cup holders here as well, storage here as well. Before we access the third row, you can fold down these seats. So you pull the handle here, Let me see if I can stop it so it don't flop all the way down. There we go. And it'll fold down flat. Same thing with that seat over there. And of course, you have your access to the third row button here. So you push this and move the seats up, fold it up a little bit. You get a little bit of space to get into the third row. I'm actually gonna get back here so you guys can get an idea what it's like being in the third row. And it's not the most spacious third row. I mean, even these SUVs are not really made for their third row, but if you need to put someone back here, maybe someone you hate, if it's an adult, you can throw them back here. It does seat 2 back here, not 3 like the Pilot. And there isn't any air vents back here either. You're gonna be sharing the air vent from the second row, and I can actually feel it right now. But to be honest, it's not that big back here, so I guess Acura was just like, you know what, if it's emergency, I'll get them a little third row. But most of the owners that buy an MDX, they do use this as a 5-passenger. They have these seats folded down and pop them up if they needed to. On the left side of the driver's side passenger, you have a cup holder, you have this carpet material here, you have plastic here, speaker grill. That's pretty much it. Get a little window back here. On the passenger side, same thing, carpet, tie down, cup holder, more carpet and plastic. If you go up to, I think the advanced add the USB A ports, I believe, back here, and one back here as well. But I'm 5'10". This seat, I don't think the seat is all the way back. I think the seat can come back some more, but with it a little bit up, I have a little bit of space. It's not that bad. You just gotta tell the second row to move up a little bit to fit anyone that wanna sit back here. And then of course you push the button here, releases, and you can jump out. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Coming along to the rear of the A-Spec, power tailgate, plenty of cargo space back here as well. You can see with the rear, the third row folded up. It's not power, electric, or anything like that to fold these down. You just pull the handle and it will drop down for you. Now this one has a floor mat, so it may not go down flat, but it will go down flat. So you can drop the second row and the third row and it'll look good. So back here it's all carpeted out. As an accessory, you can add the foldable cargo tray, which will cover the third row and back here, and you can fold it to access your cargo space here, because you do got additional space here. You have a hard side and a carpet side, and this is removable, or you can tuck it in here too if you want to. Have it fold down there like that. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. You do have additional storage on the left side. Let me put this away first. So you have storage on this side over here. No storage over here. You do have a tie down there, and you do get a spare tire. So your kit and all your tools is going to be in there. You pull the tabs and you can remove that, and this says spare tire because you pop the cap and you unscrew it and you have a spare tire underneath. It is a donut, but at least they give you a spare tire. Every MDX will get a spare tire, but the Type S don't get a spare tire, but I've had customers still add a spare tire to their Type S. Now on the left side here, you do have grocery hooks, power outlet, and you do have a walkway auto close feature. So you push that button, it turns green, and the trunk will stay open till you walk away, and it'll close by itself. Now we're gonna jump out of here. Let's take a look at some exterior colors that's available in the A-Spec, interior, and some of the features. All right, here we are, 2026 Acura MDX lineup. Now we're gonna jump right to the A-Spec. If you want to pause the video, you can take a look at the difference between the technology and the base MDX, but we're going to be focused here with the A-Spec package. So let's jump in and build us an A-Spec. We're going to hit MDX, hit build. We're going to no start over. On the powertrain here for the super handling all-wheel drive, that's available on all the packages here, but front-wheel drive is only available on the base or technology, not the Type S as well. So we'll choose A-Spec. Here's all of our packages here. Here are all your color options. So solar silver metallic only come with ebony interior, and this is how the ebony will look. I recommend to take a look at the ebony interior in person because it's a very dark gray. Some people think it's just black, but it's actually not, just like a black. So take a look at that. You have majestic black pearl, which is a $600 upcharge. If you look at solar silver metallic, that's the only color where you don't pay a premium fee. So if you want to save some money, get silver. But the Majestic Black Pearl comes with ebony or red. Liquid Carbon Metallic comes with ebony or red. Performance Red only comes in ebony. Platinum White Pearl, ebony or red. Double Apex Blue Pearl, ebony and red. If you're wondering what's new for 2026, here we go right here. There's no more Apex Blue Pearl. Double Apex Blue Pearl replaces that paint color. So now it's like a more brighter blue than that deeper purple, darker bluish. But we're going to pick our liquid carbon with our red interior. And let's jump into some of the accessories. Now, the accessories are the same among all the trim levels. So if you've watched my 25 videos and I went over the accessories, pretty much will be the same thing. So you have some protection packages, 1, 2, and 3. You do have protection package. You do have the black emblems you can get. You can black out the A-Spec. You can black out the super handling all-wheel drive, logo pattern projector, welcome lights. If you add crossbars and roof rails, you can add this bike mount attachment because the A-Spec does not come with roof rails, which I kind of wish it did, but it does not. I think that's only for Advanced and up, or Type S and up, or A-Spec Advanced and up. I cannot remember. I think it's Advanced and up. You have your both bike mounts there. They've got the crossbars you can add, but remember you're gonna add the roof rails, kayak attachment, roof basket. You have the roof box. You have the short roof box. You know, these things are pretty spacious in person too. Check those out if you need more storage on your trips. You have your running boards with black accent trim, running boards with chrome accent trim. You have your surf and paddleboard attachment, ski, roof racks. There you go. You need those for crossbars. Or you can add silver, which, I mean, if you want to, you want to, but I would just get black with the A-Spec package, go along with the theme. You can add a trailer hitch to your A-Spec, and if you want to pull 5,000 pounds, you have to get you have to get the towing package, which comes with the ATF cooler kit as well. If not, Acura recommends you to pull 2,500, so about half of that. Body side molding, door edge film, door edge guards, door handle film. By the way, I didn't show it off in the video, but this model also have a front bra, like a clear bra. So for the front bumper and half of the hood with the tint. But yeah, I forgot to show that off in the video. You can add splash guards, wheel locks, premium carpet floor mat set, illuminated door sill. It's a nice option. You can add a heated steering wheel. It's standard on the Advanced, but it's optional on any of the other models. All-season floor mats for the third row. If you add the all-season floor mats for the third row, then it'll also come with an extra rubber piece to place between the second row if you remove that middle seat, which is a nice feature. The carpet mats that come with the MDX will be all 3 rows, but if you're adding mats, they break it up between the first and second row or the third row. First aid kit, cargo cover, and illuminated cargo sill trim. I want to see what that looks like in person. I think that's a new option. I think starting 25, you have the cargo protector for the back of the seats. You have your second row seat covers, cargo net, cargo organizer, and engine block heater. There's plenty of different accessories you can use to protect your MDX. But let's take a look at the pricing. So the starting MSRP is $62,400, and it is a 290 horsepower, 3.5 liter V6. Super handling all drive is standard. Now, liquid carbon metallic, you do pay $600 price for it, and destination handling is $1,350. So you're looking at the MSRP at $64,350. In my opinion, the A-Spec package is perfect for someone that probably have a budget for a technology package, but you do want the more sportier look. You want the shark gray rims. You want, ventilated front seats. You want fog lights. You want the sports seats, steering wheel. You love the more sportiness package, but you don't want to go all the way up to an Advanced or A-Spec Advanced. You want to save some money. A-Spec is actually definitely a way to go. And it's a very popular package as well, too. The technology and the A-Spec are, like I'll say, probably the volume sellers in the whole lineup. But anyways, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the A-Spec MDX. Would you rather different color, different trim level, even a whole different car? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next walk around.